There have been numerous reports, Heather and Bob, that indeed the interim government of the new Islamic nation of Afghanistan will be sworn in this Saturday, September 11th. There's been no official announcement from Supreme Leader Akhujana, but this is the story that various sources are circulating. So far, there is no comment from the administration, but both the White House and the State Department are reportedly preparing statements condemning what is clearly a thumbing in the nose to the nation that suffered the most from that tragedy, namely the United States of America. Meanwhile, the interim government has just been announced, and a number of the cabinet members are on the FBI's list. In addition, Sukhaneh Haqqani, the new interior minister, is someone who's been sanctioned by the United States. He is also the son of the terrorist group that bears his name, Haqqani. In any event, this does not look like any new and improved Taliban, but your father's Taliban. As further evidence of this, there are reports coming from Kabul that women who are demonstrating against an all-male interim government and against the rollback of women's rights are being beaten, sometimes with whips. This is going to be a very bloody scenario, and this is the way the new Taliban government is opening its rule. We'll have more for you later. Back to you, Heather and Bob.
John, just to ask you, as somebody that was around 9/11, as I was, by the way,
yes.
Here in New York, I think you were in D.C., and the Pentagon, of course, was attacked on that same day. What kind of response? Do you have a visceral reaction to them taking office on 9/11, 20 years after what happened on that day?
Well, as a reporter, I will react formally when we get the formal confirmation that they'll be taking office, but there's several signs that it will indeed be 9/11. Obviously, as someone who heard people breathlessly coming in my office after seeing the plane crash into the Pentagon and then watching the scenes from New York, I'm angry about it. And my instinct is that this is not a government that the United States should have anything to do with, much less recognize as a legitimate government. There's my thoughts for you, and one of the few times you'll hear me editorialize, Bob.
Well, it ticks me off, John. Yeah. As somebody who was around and knew people that went down with the tower, the fact that we gave the country back to them, the people died and us withdrawing from that country, and now them thumbing their noses at us and taking office on 9/11 when we had almost 3,000 Americans die on that day. I think a lot of people are really ticked off, and I'm using nice words.
And also, to add insult to injury, when you look specifically at who is now being put into place to lead this new government of terrorists, and I think we actually did have a full screen, if we could bring it up. You didn't bring it up during John's report there, of at least 4 of the alleged leaders now who were released from Guantanamo Bay in exchange for Bo Bergdahl. Do we have that we can pull it up, of the Taliban leaders? Okay. All right, we don't have that available yet. But then also the Haqqani person that you just mentioned, what was his name again with the Haqqani network?
Sukhaneh Haqqani, son of the founder of the Haqqani terrorist network.
Right, and on top of that, he is alleged to have been perhaps the person that actually put together a bombing that happened at a hotel that killed at least 1 American in Kabul back in 2008. So it doesn't look like they're turning a new page for sure.
No, sure doesn't.
Yeah.
Right, and 4 other cabinet members are on the FBI's most wanted list.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, John.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.